Right now, I'm in what I think is the best place to live in Houston. So we should probably clarify what the Heights actually is. It's gone through some changes over time, and now a lot of people consider the Greater Heights to be anything that exists north of I-10, south of 610, west of 45, and then you use TC Jester and the Bayou sort of as a dividing line. So anything inside of that area is what we would call Greater Heights. I think the first thing you have to consider about why the Heights is the best area to live in Houston is proximity. So even though there are lots of areas you could live in, not all of them are within 10 minutes of basically anything and everything you might want to do. So if you want to go to a sports game, you want to go to an entertainment venue, you want to go to the museum, walking trails and biking trails, you want bars, restaurants, all of that is in such close proximity. The amount of things that we can reach within a 10-minute drive from our house is just enormous. We've been here for over a year and a half and we have not experienced even half of what the Heights has to offer, let alone all the other neighborhoods that are so close by now that we live inside the loop. So a lot of times people think of Houston, they think of traffic. But once you live inside of 610 or inside the loop, you typically are going to take interior roads, not actually highways. A lot of the traffic that I used to experience coming from the west side of town coming into town, you don't really ever go through because you don't have to drive through those roads to get to things. The second thing is there is so much development in the Heights. You always have new restaurants, new bars opening up, which means if you are somebody that appreciates trying new places, new cuisines, you like going to where the next happening spot is, a lot of times that happens to be in the Heights. And if it's not directly in the Heights, it's so close and so within reach that you can almost consider it like the Heights is getting something new because you can get to it within 5 or 10 minutes. Now, obviously we can't talk about a great place to live without talking about schools. The Heights does have good top-rated schools, and there's also a lot of opportunities for private schools, charter schools, Montessoris, and the like. So is it family friendly? Yes, there is a lot of families that live in the Heights with easy access to lots of things like grocery stores and emergency services. All that stuff is very close by. Now, depending upon the type of house you're looking for, there are actually different areas of the Heights that I might recommend. This area of town is actually historic because this was one of the original commuter cities for people that worked in downtown and were living in the suburbs. Because of how long the Heights has been around, you have so many different styles of housing available. You can get anything from a historic bungalow to a craftsman. You can get 1-story, 2-story, 3-story, 4-story. You can have large lots, townhomes, multifamily, all of this in one area. As you get towards the central and southeast area of the Heights, that's going to be more of the older area. So this is going to be where you're going to find more historic homes, deed restricted areas, because this is actually the original areas that were part of the Heights when it was first founded. As you get more to the west side of the Heights, here's where you're going to find a lot of the new development. So if you're looking for homes that have 2, 3, 4 stories, rooftop decks, you're going to find a little bit more of that as you get more west in the Heights. Now, far be it from me to do a video about the Heights without telling you some of our favorite places that you should definitely check out. So from a coffee shop perspective, you've got to check out Roast and Brew. This is a great coffee shop that actually serves wine, beer, and food throughout the day. So if you want a coffee shop with a nice atmosphere to work, to study, to have meetings at, you should definitely check out Roast and Brew. One of my favorite Tex-Mex spots since we've moved here is Superica, and it's actually right next door to a sister restaurant called La Lucha. I definitely recommend going for dinner and actually having food from both restaurants. There are a lot of people that will actually start at one half and move to the other half because the cuisines are a little bit different. La Lucha is going to be a little bit more seafood and fried chicken. You got to try the fried chicken. You got to have some oysters. It is delicious. Then as you go to Superica, you're going to get more of that Tex-Mex feel with enchiladas and fajitas. These places are both amazing. They have great drinks and they should definitely be on your list for an awesome date night in the Heights. Now, my favorite restaurant in the Heights so far has to be Squabble. It's really kind of hard to describe what Squabble is, and it's one of those places that I'm gonna say you just have to go and try it. My recommendation when you go to Squabble is to just ask your server to bring out any dish that they recommend. I normally get about 3 to 5 dishes whenever it's me and my wife, and we have such a great time every time. My favorite drink by far has got to be Terry's Martini. It is such a great cocktail detail. It is served to perfection, and they're so good and so attentive that as your glass starts getting a little bit warm, they will come and reserve it in a nice cold glass. So Terry's Martini, if you're a gin drinker, it's gotta be on your list. Please go check out Squabble. You will not be disappointed. If you're looking for a part of town that has seemingly endless supply of new bars, new restaurants, things to do, walking trails, biking trails, and easy access to literally everything, you really have to give the Heights a look. It is, in my opinion, the best part of Houston to live in. So those are just some of the reasons that I think that you should be considering the Houston Heights as the place for you to live. If you want to see what you can get at different price points, click to watch this video right here, or click to watch this video right here. If you have any questions about what it's like to live here in the Houston Heights, please comment down below. If you need somebody to help you make the move to Houston possible, I am a local real estate agent and would love to help. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. See you on the next one.